Hello there, my tubes. Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Bliss. How you guys doing on today? So I'm sure you guys probably know from the thumbnail what this video is going to be all about. So before we jump into it, just a little disclaimer. If you are new tuning in, welcome. I'm so glad that you decided to stop by and check out today's video. At the end of this video, please show some support and give me a great big thumbs up for this video. Also, if you're new and you're not a part of this Tulip Nation, go ahead and click that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. And I like to chit chat, so if you don't mind, shoot me a message down in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Okay, you guys, so I'm so excited about talking about today's video. As you guys know from the thumbnail, you may have somewhat of an idea as to what we're going to talk about. If you blinked and you missed it, today's video is about the benefits of bee pollen for hair. So, y'all, let me just tell you guys, I never even knew that you could eat bee pollen. I just so happened to go into the grocery store with my mom, and we were in one of those what I call off-brand grocery stores. It's not really off-brand. What I mean by that is that these particular stores that we went into may not be across America. It could just be a East Coast grocery store. However, I'm still sure you probably can find the bee pollen in your area. But getting back to it. So I had never tried bee pollen before and it looked yummy. So I said, okay, well, Mom, have you tried bee pollen before? And she was like, baby, I ain't had no bee pollen before. So I decided to just get the little packet that you guys saw. And I said, well, I'll store it there. Bee pollen do come in bigger containers. However, because I was just trying it out, I decided not to go with the big container, but I wish I did, y'all. So anyway, moving forward, I went on and I purchased the bee pollen. Y'all, now let's just jump into the pros of it because there are some cons, but let's jump into the pros first. So, the benefits of bee pollen for your hair. It contains amino acid L-cysteine or cysteine, not really sure how to pronounce it, which contains sulfur and is said to help reverse hair loss and can strengthen the hair strand. Bee pollen also consists of vitamin A and E, two vitamins that are beneficial for hair. Y'all, so great. I was so happy that it could be beneficial for strengthening your hair strands and definitely reversing hair loss. This is something that I would recommend to you if you wear a lot of protective styles, which include installing braids. Maybe you have locks and you're going to comb them out. Sometimes you may experience a little hair loss. So to reverse that issue, I highly recommend that you include bee pollen in your include bee pollen in your diet. You guys, now another pro about bee pollen. You guys, this bee pollen you can use as a topper for various foods. For instance, in your yogurt or in your oatmeal. Now, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I love to juice up my oatmeal because it's hard for me to just eat plain old oatmeal by itself. So to kind of help give it some pizzazz, I do include bee pollen in my oatmeal. I'm not really a yogurt person like that, so I don't eat yogurt a whole lot, but you can put it in your yogurt as a topper. I've also used bee pollen in my cereal. Yes, I said my cereal. I like to just up my cereal too, depending on what type of cereal that I'm eating. And it works. It tastes great. Also, you guys, I'm sure you probably could tell by me sticking my tongue out. The bee pollen does melt. It melts and have the consistency of It's something similar to, I don't want to say syrup, but honey. To me, the consistency when it melts down in your mouth, it's like honey, or maybe a butter. I know the two are completely different. I guess it's just me. It's hard for me to describe, but it does melt down. It doesn't stay in its physical form. It does melt when it gets hot or when it gets warm. With that being said, I have also used it in my sweet potatoes, and it does melt down because it's going into something hot. If you like your sweet potatoes hot or warm or whatever have you, so it does melt. Is what I'm trying to get at here. So again, you can use it for a plethora of different things. You can put it in popcorn. It's just whatever you like. Now, let's talk about the cons of bee pollen. It's an acquired taste. This could be a pro or a con. It just depends on what you like. It is a odd taste. I had to come to like it because at first taste, I didn't like it. But as I began to mix it with the different foods that I like, I really couldn't even taste it like that. It tastes like raisin. Fresh raisin, like fresh, like earthy like taste. That's the best way that I can explain it to you, but it kind of has that hint of raisin flavor to it. So another thing that I don't like about the product is the price point. Now for that little packet, I believe I paid roughly about $4. Health benefit wise, it's worth it, but we are still in a pandemic and things are still hard. I think $4 is a bit rough. So yeah, it's quite expensive. Now if you decide to get it in the container, you could end up paying $6 to $8 for it. My next con, this product is not found in a lot of mainstream stores that I know of. Okay, so I did go to what I would consider a off-brand grocery store, and like I mentioned earlier, what I mean by that is that this particular store where I purchased mine is probably just the East Coast store. Okay, so I'm not going to even go there with the name in the store, but I'm sure you probably can find bee pollen in your local farmers market, or if you have any off-brand stores in your area, you may be able to find it there, or you could go online and look for it. But yeah, you guys, that's all I have in regards to bee pollen. Have you ever tasted bee pollen before, and if so, how did you like it, and what did you use your bee pollen on? That concludes today's video. I'll see you tubes in the next one. Smooches.